Adolfo Insila Jr. I am a licensed environmental planner. I want to correct that the title. I am not an engineer. And I am the president of the national president of the Philippine Institute of Environmental Planners. And I am not based in Metro Manila, so I respectfully request this time, Madam Chair. And I would like to just read our position paper regarding the issue in response to the proposed resolutions in aid of legislations of the honorable senators. The Philippine Institute of Environmental Planners, the professional organization of duly licensed environmental planners, is grateful to the invitation of the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change through its chairperson, the Honorable Cynthia Villar, for giving us the opportunity to participate and share our insights on the subject matter that is to be deliberated today. Our position on the proposed resolutions in aid of legislations in relation to the construction and the establishment of the tourism-related physical development in Chocolate Hills and on the reported exploitation of protected areas are hereto stated. Number one, the PIEP is for the preservation of the natural landscape and land use of all lands declared as protected areas, protected landscape, National Geological Monument, and other declared watershed areas. Natural landscape has its God-given natural purpose of preserving what is to support life and to be enjoyed by people and of the future generation, either by its natural beauty that provides comfort, by appreciation, or the natural purpose of supporting the life through the natural mechanism of ensuring the supply of fresh water, food supply, and sometimes support as barriers or protection for destructive winds and in preventing floods. As for the Chocolate Hills Proclamation 1037, intend to protect and maintain its natural beauty and to provide restraining mechanism for inappropriate exploitation, but subject to private rights. Although private land ownership is absolute and protected, it is also subject to the police power of the state. Hence, could impose limitations on its uses. The interest of the state to protect the natural landscape is primordial in order that it will be enjoyed by the future generation. Second, the need for synchronization and strengthening of implementation of laws at the local level. In order to preserve and protect these declared protected landscapes or areas, including those areas that are vital as natural resource, specifically the areas that produce and supply fresh water, among others, we are looking at the need for synchronization and strengthening of our laws in making it effective and efficiently implemented, especially at the local level. If we would take a look at the authority of the LGUs as mandated by RA 7160, Section 1 mandates that municipality or city, through an ordinance by the Sangguniang Bayan, has the authority to reclassify lands, but agricultural lands, and provide for the manner of their utilization or disposition. Section 447 also of Republic Act 7160 give powers to the Sangguniang Bayan, subject to natural law, process and approved subdivision plans for residential, commercial, or industrial purposes and other development purposes. Executive Order Number 71 devolved the power of the then HLURB to approve subdivision plans to cities and municipalities pursuant to RA 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code. In case of the Chocolate Hills, it was declared a natural monument to protect and maintain its natural beauty and to provide restraining mechanism for support for inappropriate exploitation. In paragraph 6, the proclaimed area shall be under the administration and jurisdictions of in control of the DENR. There is a gray area on this matter because what are the limitations for the landowner has also the absolute ownership and is protected by law. The LGU also has the authority to issue development and building permits. So how would we could reconcile this one, that the LGU is issuing development permits without looking at the other permits that is being issued by other agencies? Since the area is declared a natural monument, therefore not an agricultural land, hence not subject to land reclassification as mandated by RN 7160, whose authority is given to the Sangguniang Bayan of the LGU. How then change of land use be dealt with specifically for that case in the Chocolate Hills? It must be necessary that private lands in these areas need government approval for change of land use. Land reclassification is the tool for the private owner to install or to put up development in the area. But in Proclamation 10837 is silent on this change of land use. So change of land use is the tool in the key. Also, we utilizing the professional that are accountable in order to support sustainable development. Section 4 of RA 10587 states that harmonizing, managing, and regulating the use and development of land and water resources is mandated and is provided by the law to a licensed environmental planners. Section 5 states that development of site for a particular need or a special purpose, development zones, housing, and ecological zones, tourism, and other state development projects shall be under the provision of an environmental planners. So the case of the Chocolate Hills, a tourism development project, falls within the mandate of the provision. Also, the preparation of studies for environmental assessments. Section 5, ensuring compliance with environmental laws, including acquisition of regulatory permits. So if this, also the environmental compliance certificate is a product of environmental assessment, which it's by law, licensed environmental planners should be the one that should be preparing, or should be the preparer. Now, if this Chocolate Hills project has been submitted for review to a licensed environmental planner, these environmental laws, which supposed to be reviewed, should be adopted, should have been complied with, and all necessary permits had been secured. And for the professional, there is a civil liability. So our recommendations, we have just 5 recommendations, Madam Chair. First is define those projects that may be permitted on privately owned lands that are covered with or within the protected areas or landscape. Second, all privately owned lands who wish to pursue or introduce development shall be required to secure land use reclassification. Hence, LGU shall be equipped with the mandate to reclassify those lands in the protected areas. Third, the Philippine Institute of Environmental Planners is proposing 2 local government units for an adoption of local ordinance in lieu of, in the absence of the national law, or in support to the national law. The title should be an ordinance authorizing the local chief executive to the municipal planning coordinator to require the seal and signature of duly licensed environmental planners on all projects related to land and water resources, to ensure compliance with environmental laws and all necessary national government permits before development and other permits are issued by the local government unit. Another one is we are proposing a training for barangay officials and municipal legislators on significance of environmental planning, focusing on land and water resources that impact on land utilization for the development of sustainable communities and ecosystems. It is the barangay officials that issue resolutions interposing no objections to all projects that are implemented in the locality. So it is very important that these local officials should have the know-how, should have at least the knowledge on land utilization. Then we are recommending that it be passed at the local level. Then we recommend that the use of to utilize the professional expertise of the profession. Because we have that professional already, the environmental planner as a license mandated by law to look into these projects and assist the government, especially the local government units, in implementing projects that will minimize the impact to the environment and to the communities, but rather support the creation and development of sustainable communities and ecosystem. Now, before I end, Madam Chair, I just want to quote this article published in the Comprehensive Geographic Information Systems by Kaikaw that sustainable land use planning is critical for steering new development towards a sustainable society, given that numerous environmental and social issues have been brought on by rapid urbanization. A community that destroys its lands forfeits its future. So we as environmental planners, we are more on planning for the utilization of land to make sure that land is available for shelter, to make sure that land is available for production, for sustainability as far as food is concerned, and also the supply of fresh water. And
very
also,
much.
yes,
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
will. We are
Madam
in
Chair,
a
we are
copy
grateful.
of your position paper,
Yes,
and
sir.
we will
Yes.
study it on how we can apply it in managing our legislated protected area.
Yes,
So
Madam Chair, thank
I
you very
guess
much.
our committee will have to do some consultation with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources so they can furnish us the details of all the protected areas in the Philippines and what is the buffer zone, what is the strict protected area, what is the special use. Oo, SAPA. Okay. So we will know and how big it is, if that is acceptable, and maybe what is happening there, so that when we do our next hearing, we're more adept on what we are talking about. And we will consider the suggestions of many, and maybe we'll do it with the local government also, so they can learn, but especially the DNR, because I don't expect the local government to be very familiar with environmental protection. It's the DNR should be in the forefront of environmental protection. Thank you very much.